Have you ever wondered why some kids seem to start life several steps ahead? You see them with the newest gadgets, taking dream vacations, getting opportunities that feel impossible for everyone else. Most people assume it's all because their parents have deep pockets, but that explanation barely scratches the surface. The real advantage isn't money, it's the mindset, knowledge, and habits that wealthy families pass down like a secret playbook. And once you understand this, you realize these lessons aren't exclusive. Anyone can learn them and break the cycle of financial struggle. Wealthy families start by teaching their kids how money actually works. That sounds basic, but most adults can't explain how income is created, why jobs pay differently, or what determines long-term financial growth. Rich parents make these ideas part of normal conversation. They'll talk about taxes, investments, and the difference between working for money versus making money work for you. Meanwhile, most households avoid money conversations or only talk about it when something goes wrong. So kids grow up associating money with stress. That difference alone creates opposite financial futures. One of the biggest lessons involves understanding assets versus liabilities. It's simple. Assets put money into your pocket, liabilities take it out. But most people spend their entire lives calling liabilities assets just because they cost a lot. A car drains money every month. A house you live in is an expense, not an income source. Wealthy families focus on acquiring things that generate cash: rental properties, businesses, investments, intellectual property. And they never buy luxuries with earned income. They make their assets pay for them. So even after the luxury is gone, the asset remains. Another lesson wealthy parents drill into their kids is avoiding entitlement. They know money is destroyed the moment someone starts believing they deserve things without earning them. That's why you see a pattern where one generation builds wealth, the next maintains it, and the third loses it. The hunger disappears. Successful families combat this by giving their kids opportunities, not handouts. They require effort, achievement, and responsibility. Money becomes a tool, not a cushion. One of the biggest advantages rich kids get comes from social skills. Wealthy parents teach their children how to communicate, connect, and navigate social environments. These skills compound over time. People respond better to them. Teachers treat them differently. Opportunities appear because people enjoy working with them. This isn't manipulation, it's emotional intelligence, and it's one of the strongest economic advantages anyone can develop. Where most parents focus on cutting expenses, wealthy parents focus on increasing income. They don't obsess over saving $5. They look for ways to make an extra $500. There's a limit to how much you can shrink your spending, but there's no limit to how much you can grow your earnings. That mindset difference changes everything. It pushes kids to think about value creation, not penny pinching. Another powerful concept is the value of habits. Wealthy families understand that small actions done consistently beat big actions done occasionally. Reading every day, exercising, building skills, networking. None of it looks impressive in the moment, but over years, it becomes a massive advantage. They teach their kids to build systems that make success automatic. They also train their children to view money as a neutral tool. Not good, not bad, just leverage. Most people grow up believing money is scarce, dangerous, or morally questionable. That creates internal conflict and self-sabotage. Rich families remove that mental block early. Long-term thinking is another major difference. While most people want instant results, wealthy parents teach their children to think in decades. When you stop needing everything to pay off right now, you make smarter, calmer decisions about education, career, and investments. Rich families also prioritize building skills, not just collecting degrees. They value usefulness over credentials. The world pays for solutions, not diplomas. So their kids grow up asking, how can I become more valuable? Instead of, how do I get a high-paying job? They teach their kids how to use money to make more money. Middle-class people trade time for income. Wealthy people use assets to generate income independent of their time. Even small investments build the mindset needed for bigger investments later. They also encourage solving bigger problems. The bigger the problem, the bigger the reward. Most people get stuck doing repetitive tasks anyone can do. Rich kids learn to create solutions instead of following instructions. Another lesson is being selective with time. Wealthy families don't invest years into low-value activities. They care about return on investment, whether it's school, work, or hobbies. Time is their most guarded resource. They teach the difference between good debt and bad debt. Bad debt buys things that lose value. Good debt buys assets that make money. It's simple, but transformative. They teach the 80-20 rule. A small number of actions create most of the results. That's why they don't chase perfection. They chase leverage. And finally, they teach that money doesn't define worth. It solves some problems and creates others. Humility, relationships, and character still matter more than wealth. These lessons are the real inheritance. They don't require being born rich. They require thinking differently. If you start applying them today, you'll build advantages that last far longer than a trust fund ever could.